Hi, folks. My name is Natalie Brewster Wynn, and this is
Sam Bloom.
And we are the two co-executive directors of the Splinter Collective, aka the Splinter Art and Community Fund, located in Tucson, aka Tucson, lots of AKAs, Arizona, on the colonized lands of the Tohono O'odham and Pasquayaqui/Yomi peoples. We are located in an over 100-year-old adobe warehouse that hosts our event space, our courtyard, as well as multiple workshop spaces and a movement space / sort of circus gym, and lots of opportunities for community engagement. Focus on celebrating and amplifying marginalized voices and experiences through our arts programming, as well as our housing justice programming and our efforts of advocacy. General operating support is deeply important to allowing us to continue the work that we do. Some of our methods of impact and the way that we create cultural work and arts impact are by our in-house curated events. One of them is something called Interrupted by Trains, which Sam curates.
Interrupted by Trains is a quarterly now event where folks from community apply to be a part of the showcase. They showcase their art, whatever, if it's comedy, music, performance art, poetry, maybe even short stories. Also, we are lucky to be able to compensate these artists for their time. We are the only venue in Tucson who compensates artists like this for a showcase. And many artists have said that this is like their first paid gig. So that kind of shows the kind of space that Splinter Collective is. We are a place for people's firsts.
Yeah, and not just like their first paid gig, right? Like their first time performing, their first time sort of like, especially folks with, marginalized identities don't feel comfortable performing in other spaces. It's like their first foray into bringing their art and their beauty to the world.
Yeah, I often tell them that like Splinter is a great place to like have your first anything showcase.
Yeah.
Art sharing, even going to your first concert or your first art exhibit. Like Splinter is a great place for that.
Yeah. Amazing smaller organizations that, because of our infrastructure, which we're still building, we've been able to support as both fiscal sponsors and also just like a home for folks to have their meetings or their rehearsals or their whatever here.
Something unique about our space is that our event space is outside, but we also have an indoor space, Studio Nueve, which is really set up for doing art exhibits. But right now we have Shakespeare practicing for their performance happening in there, or the performance, no, the practicing, yes.
Yeah, happening elsewhere.
Yes.
We do a lot of collaboration with other organizations. We host a ton of community events.
Some of the orgs that we partner with are Casa Paloma, Primavera,
some of the mutual aid groups like COW and others, like people who are out there on the streets doing direct service.
Tucson Alliance for Housing Justice, and
Poder Casas Moviles.
Yes, that one's hard for me to say, but
yeah. Good. And we believe in the diversity of our crew. I think we put diversity and marginalized voices and experiences first, including our BIPOC, primarily Cutie BIPOC is sort of like our main thing, and also our unhoused neighbors.
I think that's also another thing that sets us apart from other organizations. Usually, in my experience, they're all about people of the global majority, which is great, or they're all about queer and trans LGBTQIA+ folks. And we make a space for the marriage of both of people who are in the intersection of those communities to be able to have a space. And we keep using that word intersection, which is from intersectionality, which is a term coined by Kimberly Crenshaw, talking about the ways that all these different areas of your life impact the ways that you are able to succeed and show up in the world.
We always say, like, this space is about building the room for ourselves, not being asked to be let into the room or let to the table, right? So at its core is us building that from the ground up.
Yeah, so it's not tokenization, it is inclusivity, which drives us. Like Nat said, like our makeup is of the folks who we consider to be community members.
Mm-hmm. So we're not going anywhere.
Thanks for listening to our talk.
We appreciate you.
Oh, wait, no.
We love you.